in Haiti after the strongest earthquake to hit the country in over 200 years. The island, considered the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, is said to be suffering a catastrophe of major proportions. There has been a united plea for international aid, and hundreds or even thousands are estimated to have died in the tragedy.
January 12th lasted for 2.5 months.
On January 12, 2010, the world became focused only on one country, Haiti.
I think most of us started realizing the devastation that had gone on in Haiti. I don't think any of us really had an idea at that point.
And almost immediately, NBAA started receiving hundreds of phone calls from our members who had just one question: how can we help?
We contacted NBAA, and they immediately put the notice on their website that we were activating.
With experience learned from Katrina, Business Aviation quickly created the perfect air bridge.
We had schedulers and dispatchers, we had FBOs, we had general aviation airports. You know, if you saw the activity level that was going on in Fort Lauderdale Executive, you have some idea of the way the entire community came together in a loosely coordinated but very efficient way to bring the relief necessary to the people in Haiti.
Within 24 hours of NBAA's call for aircraft to help Haiti, we received a list of over 25 aircraft ready to go.
Robin Isla got introduced to me by an email.
The FBOs were essential.
Robin called me back and said, we got 30 doctors that come in from Partners in Health, and we need to get them to Haiti.
My interaction with Windsor Jet was that we sent personnel and supplies into them. They ran a lot of the operations themselves, and they did a phenomenal job.
We turned our hangar into a supply warehouse. The supply warehouse ran full steam for, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks.
We served 7 airports in Haiti, including one in Léogâne that was a road that a caravan operated at 140 flights.
The destruction in Léogâne was so much greater that, I mean, these were people that, you know, until we brought tarps in, had nothing to sleep under. Until we brought food in, had nothing to eat.
We were flying 4 flights a day from Santiago into Léogâne with 2 caravans, which equates to about 16,000 pounds of supplies.
Business Aviation provided humanitarian relief, airlifting medical personnel, food and aid workers, then evacuating the injured.
You know, each day they greeted us with a smile. Everyone was happy and so grateful for everything and anything we could bring them.
We saw small entrepreneurs flying their single-engine pistons. We saw large international companies flying their intercontinental business jets and everything in between. Lots of turboprop operations, entry-level business jets, and companies large and small from all over the United States.
Business Aviation was able to directly reach various airports within Haiti where it was needed most.
Banyan Air Service in Fort Lauderdale was just instrumental in the effort by allowing us to take over basically 2 entire hangars there.
Immediately we said yes, we would very much like to get involved.
From that point on, our lobby was filled with people, doctors, nurses, relief workers. And in the same instance, we had people wanting to ship different types of supplies over there. And Robin and Marianne recognized that, and we just started up becoming a depot center. Our primary goal was to make sure that no aircraft left South Florida empty.
They would offer severely discounted fuel for people doing mission flights into Haiti.
Ultimately, about 115 airplanes went down to Haiti, flying more than 800 flights, moving more than 4,000 people and 2 million pounds of supplies, mostly to the outer areas of Haiti that weren't being served by other groups.
We were in roughly a week after the event, did well over 100 trips. There's a dire need. I mean, if the delivery doesn't happen, literally, people are not going to make it on a daily basis. Being in business, you get jaded, you get a little older. It really reinforced my belief in humanity and the basic goodness of people.
The Haitian earthquake showed business aviation at its very best. These were people, individuals, companies bringing together their assets, large and small, fighting together to make a difference in an area of the world that needed it desperately.
In my mind, we were like a scalpel. We were able to go in, we were able to find where the problem was, make that perfect incision, repair it, close it up, and get out, just like a surgeon would with the scalpel in his hand.
Everyone stepped up. There were no questions asked. Everybody gave 150% to an effort to help a fellow human being.
Bringing medical supplies, bringing relief that saved hundreds and hundreds of lives. And just to be a part of that was a real privilege.
You're talking about companies that gave up their aircraft for weeks with pilots, just saying, here's my plane, use it. The outpour that came from every individual in any capacity in the aviation community was just amazing.
We have a lot of passengers who are alive that came to the United States and received medical care and are alive solely because of business aircraft.
What I saw come together, led by business aviation, was just absolutely phenomenal. And it really reaffirmed my faith in humanity.
Business aviation continues to provide relief and aid. From the people of Haiti, thank you.